WZR Radio starts now. You can join us in the live chat room at WZROnline.com/chat or call into the show at 518-712-3070. Now, here are your hosts, Ryan Clark and Matt Boone.
What's going on, WZR Radio Ninjas? We're here on a Tuesday night. It's Tuesday, September 13th, 2011. I'm Ryan Clark. He's Matt Boone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? What's going on, buddy?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. My ninja.
My ninja? Yeah.
My karate kid.
Ninja, please. Ninja, please.
That's what he said, ninja, please.
What's cracking, man?
Not a lot, man. Not a lot. Just chilling, was waiting for the 8 o'clock hour to hit. I guess I'm looking in the chat for about 10 minutes before we started, and I see we might have more than one person calling in that's familiar to the audience here.
I think so, man. We got probably in a little bit here. Actually, I don't know if this is him calling in right now or not, but we're going to hold off on that for just a second. Raj Giri from WrestlingInc.com. I plugged that last week, told you guys that he was going to be here tonight, and he's going to come on and talk pro wrestling with us.
You plugged it for 2 weeks, actually.
For 2 weeks?
He better come on and deliver, because he's a big deal now.
He's a big deal, dude. He's right behind you guys, I believe, for the second biggest website online as far as pro wrestling is concerned. So,
who's you guys? I'm confused. I don't know who that is.
Let's not talk about that, dude. we got a lot to talk about, man. We had TNA No Surrender, the pay-per-view on Sunday night, and then we had Monday Night Raw from last night. So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to take live phone calls here in hour number 2. So.
Did you watch the TNA pay-per-view?
Yeah, I caught bits and pieces. Last night I was flipping back and forth between Monday Night Raw and football, man. There was 2 football games that were on, so it's been crazy. I won fantasy this week, so that's good, you know.
There was a good-ass game on last night, too, the second one.
There were 2 guys. I actually fell asleep during the Raiders-Denver game last night, man. But I had a couple players going on. I had Wes Welker last night for the Patriots, and he had a 99-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was crazy, man. So I killed House, Fat Fuck. We used to call him Fat Fuck, right?
That was his nickname, yeah, Fat Fuck.
Yeah, right. So I had him in fantasy this week, and so I destroyed him with Welker last night. I was down by 4 going into Monday night, and then I had Welker and Noshawn Moreno, who didn't do anything last night, but what are you going to do? It happens.
Well, what do we got going on over here on the little Justin TV screen? Is this like a new... Yo.
What?
Where'd you go?
I'm right here.
I didn't hear you until right now. The chat didn't either. They don't wonder what happened, see? That's just me.
I don't know. We're here. We're live. Live, baby, live.
Oh, yeah. No, I was asking about I guess they're calling it a Titantron in the chat, the little logo on the Justin TV player.
I don't know. They did I think Daniel did September 11th was on Sunday. The
10-year anniversary, yeah.
10-year anniversary of the planes hitting the World Trade Center. So just man, I'll tell you, I'll never forget that day and where I was. You know what I mean? I remember.
Yeah, you always heard growing up, like when JFK was and all that shit, and like people were like, "Oh, I remember where I was when that happened," and that's definitely the one for our generation. There's pretty much nobody who's not going to remember what they were doing and where they were.
Do you remember where you were for that?
Yeah, I was in my apartment in Florida, the first apartment I lived in.
Right.
I was working, still doing the same job we're doing now.
Right.
And I remember it was Larry Goldberg, the guy that owned Boxing.com for a while.
Right.
He tells me, yo, turn the news on, man. You're not going to believe this. And he said the Twin Towers. And I remember I didn't even know what the Twin Towers were. I'm not a New York guy. I had never lived in New York at that point. In fact, I moved to New York about 2 months after it happened. People thought I was crazy for going on a plane to New York right after that. But, yeah, I remember him telling me, and I turned the news on, and I was just like, just fucking dumbfounded. Like, I saw the second tower fall, and I saw that live, like, happening in front of my face. It was surreal.
You know, I worked, I had a part-time job, right? Do you have a fan on in the background, by the way? Shut that fucking fan off.
It's way over here. Give me a second.
I had a part-time job at Home Depot, And that's where I was, man. I was in the break room. So I worked in the lumber department. I got fired from Home Depot, dude, because you know how Home Depot... No, listen, you know how Home Depot has the big orange doors in the lumber department, dude? You go to any Home Depot, dude, and you see the big orange doors, right? I was bringing in lumber on a forklift off the back of the trucks, dude, and it was raining that day, and somebody lowered the door on the back wall where the lumber truck was. So I had this huge thing of fucking 2x4s up there, dude, on the forklift, and I came and bam, smashed into the door. The whole door came down over the top of the forklift, and they took me in. Had to take a drug test and everything else, dude, and I got fired.
You got fired.
I got fired from Home Depot.
From Home Depot.
And it was somebody else's fault, dude. Somebody else put down that door, and they fired me. So what are you going to do? Anyways. But no,
get another job. That's what you're going to do.
Well, that's where I've been ever since, dude. I've been doing the websites.
I know.
You know what I mean? But no, I was there, and somebody said, you got to go back to the break room. We have a TV back there. And the first plane had crashed into the building, and the second plane came in, and it just got worse from there. Cause then
I missed it because I was turning the fan off, but were you in Colorado during this or New York?
No, I was in New York.
Oh, okay.
And then I caught the second plane crash into the building, and then obviously they both collapsed, and then you had the Pentagon that was hit as well, and then you had the plane that went down in Pennsylvania. So just crazy, man. Crazy day. For anybody that lost a family member or anything like that, and that I was thinking about you on Sunday. I just, you're never going to forget that. You know what I mean? You're never going to forget a day like that. So.
Okay, we can't hear something. Everybody in the chat's laughing at something right now. What do we not hear?
Get the fuck out. We're fine, baby. Get to,
I think somebody did like a "you're fired" drop on us or something.
Yeah, get to the live chat room, guys. www.WZROnline.com/chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. And once again, Raj Giri from WrestlingInc.com is going to be joining us here in probably about a half hour, 45 minutes from now. So,
okay, that's what it was. I guess the producer dropped a little Vince McMahon "you're fired" sound clip in one of our stories just now.
So we don't hear that. That's.
When's he allowed to take liberties like that? We got like a whole second show we can't hear going on?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Like literally, the whole chat was reacting to it. And I'm like, you're talking about 9/11, and you see in the chat room, I'm like, what the fuck are they laughing at? He's talking about some serious shit right now, and they're all laughing. So that explains that.
Before we get into Monday Night Raw and the TNA No Surrender pay-per-view from Sunday and last night, football, man, football is back over the weekend, and your Detroit Lions and my Buffalo Bills looking good, man. They
slaughtered, who'd they play again?
Kansas City.
It was like 40-some, what the fuck was the final score?
It was 40-6, was it? Something like that.
Something crazy, yeah, no, the Lions were winning pretty handily, and then right towards the end I thought we were going to fucking blow it. But we managed to hang on, and we beat the Tampa Bay Bucks, and everybody's telling me we got a chance to make the playoffs this year. I'm not holding my breath, obviously.
Dude, I'll tell you what, you've got a good team, bro. You've got Calvin Johnson who made unbelievable passes or catches on Sunday, and then Buffalo too, bro. It's a bunch of rookies. It's like I don't think Detroit or Buffalo is going to make the playoffs or is going to make the Super Bowl this year. But give us like 5 years. You know what I mean? With a bunch of young guys, a bunch of rookies, and we're going to something, dude. I
agree with 6 foot goods in the chat. He says Stafford has to stay healthy, and that's the key right there. Because Matthew Stafford gets hurt every fucking year, and he never plays the season. If he stays through the whole season, I'd like to see what the season's like with him the whole time.
Well, I'll tell you what, Buffalo's got Ryan Fitzpatrick, who did really good on Sunday, and then we've got 2 running backs in Fred Jackson and C.J. Spiller. Then we've got Stevie Johnson, Brad Smith. We've got a team, bro. It's just a young team that needs...
Who'd you trade away that you were all pissed off about?
Lee Evans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Anyways, so football is back, so that's good, man. That's all I did this weekend. Between that and Strike Force on Saturday night, that's about it, man. That was my weekend. Football. Then we had the Notre Dame and Michigan game on Saturday night, which was crazy. And then the Jets game, the Jets and the... Oh, man, come on. Help me out here. The Jets and
I'm not sure, man.
Come on, bro. It's the Jets and somebody help me out. Cowboys in the thanks for the help in the chat room. That was a crazy game on Sunday night, too, where the Jets came back and won that. They had 3 touchdowns scored in 1 minute and 12 seconds, which is crazy, man. Crazy. Let's get some plugs out of the way, and then we'll get into pro wrestling. We're going to start TNA No Surrender first, and then Monday Night Raw from last night, and then in hour number 2, we're going to be taking live phone calls and whatever else you guys want to talk about. questions, comments, whatever's on your mind. One quick thing, Facebook, okay? I got a Facebook account, and it's almost maxed out at 5,000 fans. I woke up this morning, and I got in trouble. All right, basically, you get these, people call them trolls, okay? Where people come and they're just dickheads for no reason. You see it on the websites, too, where people will post comments or something like that, where it's like,
that's what the internet's famous for in general, yeah.
No, dude.
Shitty feedback from assholes.
Okay,
stuff,
okay.
Yeah.
There was a report up. What was it, yesterday, about George Clooney and Stacy Keibler, right? And the deal is wrestling news sites cover anything pro wrestling related, whether you're a former pro wrestler, whether you're a Hall of Famer, whatever, dude. You don't have to be in the business, right? So we put up a thing, Stacy Keibler and George Clooney dating, blah, 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 blah. And then the gossip magazines, you know how they are, dude, where people have like these inside sources or whatever. They were cuddling in a corner. Oh my God, they were kissing. Oh, you know what I mean? So we put this up. Right? I'm sorry,
I just heard that comment just now. You said, you know how the gossip magazines are. You know, no, I don't, but I'll go with it. Sure, yeah, now they are.
And then you get commenters that come in and they're like, who cares? Who gives a flying fuck? Nobody. You give a flying fuck. You clicked the post and took the time to read and comment, dude. You know what I mean? So anyways, I had this troll on my Facebook page. That's what they call them these days, right? And I responded, dude. I'm like, yo, you're a fucking idiot, bro. You are just a complete toolbox. Okay, you know what? You know it's a toolbox, right? Because you put the tools inside the box.
All right.
Anyways, so it's a toolbox, okay? And I called him out, dude, and I woke up this morning, and Facebook yelled at me, and I guess you can't cuss at other members that are on your page. So
you can't say toolbox? Is that what you got?
No, I called him a fucking idiot, and that's what got me in trouble. So so I gotta watch my language on the Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Someone reported me, blah, 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 blah.
Is it because your Facebook that you're talking about is like a public company account? Because, like, I say shit all the time on mine. Nobody ever yells at me.
Yeah, but you've got a list of friends that are your personal friends, dude, where I've got 5,000 people that I have no idea who these people are and probably will never meet half of these people. Three-quarters of all of these. I'll never meet any of them. You know what I mean?
You'll send them all sodas before it's all said and done, but, yeah, you'll never meet them all.
Unless you fuck with me on live radio, dude. No, you know what I mean?
I dare you to get all their addresses and drive to their front doors and give them, like, a back rub or something. Go do that.
Get out of here.
Let's see you pull that one off, Mr. Babyface.
Ain't nobody. That's kind of. I'm not doing back rubs, bro. I'm not
just make it something to
another man a back rub, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I thought you wanted to like you. That's the least you could do for all they've done for you. Relieve a little tension on your shoulders. Come on.
Get out of here. Get out of here. So,
is that what a toolbox would do?
So anyway, I gotta watch my language, all right, on Facebook, and that's the whole reason for it, dude. Facebook, I thought I could go and interact with people, but you can't call people names on Facebook. So I got in trouble this morning, and what are you gonna do? So
like if you call somebody a poopy head and like 20 people complain, they would literally come and say, "Hey, listen, try not and call people poopy head."
Facebook has got it must be a new code, dude. Must be a new. You cannot cuss. You cannot. You know, I don't know, dude. I
never have the freedom of speech. Well, I guess it's not an American, all right, whatever.
Well, that'd be the First Amendment, but I guess that's no longer.
That's what I'm saying. Not everybody's from America on Facebook, so that doesn't mean anything. It's not freedom. There's not freedom of speech everywhere, right? Like Russia.
Doesn't the United Kingdom have their own 10 Commandments, or not 10?
Oh, dude, I have no idea. Come on.
No, I don't know, dude. Anyway, so I got in trouble, dude. So the moral of the story is I got to watch my post on Facebook. And not only that, but to make the morning worse, I woke up to ProWrestlingScoops.com being down this morning, and it was a DNS issue. Yeah, man, it took me about an hour to fix. So anyways, we're back up. Everything's good. Facebook is reinstated, and PWS is back up, so we're good to go. All right? What are we doing? Hey now. All right, let's get plugs out of the way, and then we move on to TNA, No Surrender from this past Sunday night. The official website of WZR Radio is WZROnline.com. I know a lot of you guys come from other websites as well, Wrestling Inc. and E-Wrestling News and all that good stuff, but the official home of WZR Radio is WZROnline.com. We're on Facebook.com as well. Do a search on the top navigation bar on Facebook for WZR Army, and you can find us there. We've got over 10,000 fans on there, so it's crazy, crazy, crazy. The phone number we'll give out here in hour number 2. And the live chat room, lots and lots of people in there tonight. Over 100 people in there. Every week, man. Every week. WZROnline.com/chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. So get there. So, that's about it.
I thought you were going to throw a daddy in there. Get there, daddy.
That used to be Chris. Chris is in charge.
Oh, okay.
Chris Haller, former co-host of WZR Radio.
He said he's calling in, right?
I guess. I think so. We'll see what happens.
Have you heard from him? He's a Michigan guy, right? He could tell you about Michigan, Notre Dame.
I believe so. I think he's in Michigan State, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So anyways, this is for you, Chris. Get there, daddy! WZROnline.com /
Can I do an impression? Oh, I don't want to be mean. It would be more something like, get there, daddy! Right?
On here with Chris Haller, have you?
That's how you sound like a little kid. Wasn't that his gimmick?
No.
Oh, okay.
Have you? Yeah, I don't think you've ever met him.
I was on for his first show or whatever. I kind of handed the mic over to him and left.
Oh, okay. Anyways, TNA No Surrender from this past Sunday night. I'm guessing you did not take the time to watch this.
You know damn well I didn't. I don't know why you bring it up on that. You wonder why I'm a heel. You say shit like that. You know I was busy on Sunday night. You know that already.
I don't. I thought you were doing live coverage.
No, I had Jamie. Come on, man. You know I was busy on Sunday. I told you what I was doing
You
Sunday.
had Jamie what?
Nothing, man. I didn't do it. I did do it.
No,
Whatever.
what, dude? You had Jamie what?
I told you somebody was coming over, and I said, is there a pay-per-view tonight? And I said, normally I'd have her do it, but she's too pregnant. We had a whole fucking conversation about this. You don't remember?
What do you got, dudes coming over to the house on a Sunday night?
Yeah, it was a dude. It was a dude with a big dick, okay? And he gave me a back rub and called me a
that's what I'm
toolbox.
saying. You giving dudes back rubs on Sunday nights, dude?
That's exactly what I was busted.
Ah, busted. All right. The fuck out of here, dude. We got a pay-per-view on Sunday, dude. At least you get well.
This was more important, and you know damn well it was. Leave me alone.
You know, women over pay-per-view.
There you go. Thank you.
You're right. So listen, this show was not all that. You didn't miss much, to be honest with you. And we talked about this. What was the pay-per-view before this, man?
Oh, shit.
Was it Victory Road? No, that's gone. Not Victory Road. What was the TNA? Somebody in the chat. What was the TNA?
Hardcore Justice. All right.
That's what it was. You knew that Hardcore Justice and No Surrender were both throwaway pay-per-views, man. They had matches on both of these pay-per-views that were basically hyping. They've been doing this this point system, right, where there's Raj from WrestlingInc.com.
Yeah, I just saw that.
No doubt. He's going to call us here in just a little bit. You know what? You knew... you had throwaway matches, bro. It was 2 pay-per-views where you had throwaway matches, and then you're building to the Bound for Glory pay-per-view, which is the one coming up, man, in about 4 or 5 weeks from now, right? And you knew going in, you had these matches... Okay, I will, Raj. You had these matches on these pay-per-views that, people were competing to get a shot at the TNA World title. It was just, they were throwaway pay-per-views, man, where matches that should have been featured on Impact were featured on the pay-per-view itself, man. And it was just crazy, and that happened again. I mean, they added the main event for TNA No Surrender wasn't announced. I think somebody did an interview. Was it Kurt Angle? I think did an interview and came out and was like, yeah, I'm going to be wrestling Mr. Anderson and Sting in the main event. And nobody had any idea, and we're 3 or 4 days away from this pay-per-view. So it was just a complete throwaway show. They kicked it off. It was September 11th. And listen, a lot of people... emailed and commented via Facebook, why would TNA run a pay-per-view on September 11th, this, that, and the other thing. Here's the thing. NFL had games on Sunday. You've got to go on with life, dude. You can't every September.
People really said that after 10 years?
After 10 years, people were saying, why, leave it to TNA to...
So, September 11th, 2067, there better not be a SummerSlam that Sunday or fucking shit's going down.
Everybody should put everything on hold. You know what I mean? Listen, the NFL had games. It was their opening weekend on Sunday. You've got to go about your business and do what you need to do, man. But they kicked it off with... They did, a mini ceremony, right, for the 10th anniversary of 9/11. They had Jesse Neal. The focus was on Jesse Neal, who was out there in his Army uniform. You had Rosita, who lost her father on that day, on September 11th. She would have been a kid, man.
Who did that?
Rosita.
Oh, okay. Wasn't she on some special on TV or something? Or am I confused?
No. They did a 9/11 special. I think it aired on, I want to say ABC. Where she was featured on there as well.
Okay.
But the main focus was on, Jesse Neal, who's been a fighter. I think it was a Navy, something with the Navy.
He was something with the Navy. I remember when he first came in. That's the only time I've seen him.
Yeah, and then you had Rosita, whose father passed away, and she would have been like, I mean, what? She's probably like 23, 24 years old right now, somewhere around there, early 20s, mid-20s, so she would have only been 10 years old, 12 years old, something like that.
That's another thing that's dating me, man, like making me feel old. Like 9/11 was 10, it was a decade ago, for real? A decade? It's been a decade since then?
Bro, I look at Haley all the time, man, and I'm like, are you kidding me, man? She's 6 years old. 6 years old? I remember when she was a baby, man. A baby.
Crazy. I know.
And then you had Kurt Angle, who was also featured. You had Rosita, who was holding the flag. So that was a really, really cool moment that they did to kick off the pay-per-view on Sunday night. Then that led us into our first match. It was Kid Cash against Jesse Sorensen.
Who is this guy? I've never even heard that name before.
They hired a bunch of X Division guys. I think it was 5 of them. And brought them into TNA, and this is one of those guys. So they added this. This was a late addition to the pay-per-view card. This was really Kid Cash. I'll tell you what, between Kid Cash and Austin Aries, man, the best 2 X Division wrestlers in TNA. I know you've got Alex Shelley and people like that, dude, but Kid Cash looked amazing, bro. Austin Aries, too, later on in the show, looked really, really good. Cash pretty much carried this entire thing, and then got Sorensen, pinned him up with a reverse suplex slam. So that was that. Then we had a backstage segment. It was Hulk Hogan and Kurt Angle. Kurt's all pissed off that nobody told him about his title match until the very last minute, which is true, dude. They never announced this on Impact or nothing, dude. It was like, are you kidding me, bro? The main event, and this hasn't been announced, 3 or 4 days.
That's TNA for you, man. What are you going to do?
I guess it's the throwaway pay-per-view, bro. All these are throwaway pay-per-views trying to hype up.
TNA's a throwaway company. What do you expect?
Yeah, but dude, you need TNA, bro. Everybody hates on TNA and says, TNA sucks, TNA this and that. And dude, listen, their booking is not all that good, okay? I'll admit that. But you need TNA, you need Ring of Honor, dude. You can't have a monopoly, dude. You can't have WWE running the whole show, dude.
Well, you can need them, but that doesn't mean that just because you need them that they're good. They can still be, needed and they suck. I think that's what's happening here. I mean, I don't watch it enough to really, really know, but, I mean, isn't the next main event, like, Sting versus Hogan, and, like, their big main event on TV is going to be, like, Sting versus Ric Flair? These are, like, 60-year-old guys that haven't been over 20 years.
Yeah, but the draws, bro, if you were to put somebody like Sting...
Their draws. Let's take a look at the rating and the buy rate when they do. I guarantee it doesn't make a damn bit of difference.
You take a look at the quarter-hour ratings for Impact, bro, and somebody like Alex Shelley versus Kid Cash versus somebody like Sting versus Ric Flair... You're telling me that Alex Shelley versus Kid Cash is going to get the higher rating? Of course not, dude. When people are flipping through the channels on TV, dude, and they see somebody, oh shit, there's Sting and Ric Flair in the middle of the ring having a match. Of course, dude. Somebody's flipping through the TV and sees Alex Shelley and Kid Cash. They're thinking, who the fuck are these two, dude? No one has any idea who these are.
We'd have to go into a long discussion so I can explain that, but Jesus Christ, they got enough big names that if that's true, they could have every match have a star power name on it, and then by your logic, their ratings should go up, and it's not going to. Now, the flip side of the coin is if you only showcase old dudes, you have no future. So you have to showcase the young guys, whether they're quarter hours or hot or not. I mean, there's a whole discussion there. All I'm saying is, the company sucks. Let me tell you.
Yeah, listen, dude, you need a good mix, okay? You can't have all X Division guys.
How do they mix it up now? I don't really watch. Is it too much of the older guys or too much of the young guys?
No, but they should have a guy like Sting in there with a guy like Alex Shelley so that the younger talent can get that rub, dude, from a guy.
One thing we can agree on is they should announce a pay-per-view main event earlier than what they did for this.
Obviously, dude, you know what I mean? And that was
how are you going to expect somebody to pay for a show when they don't even know what they're getting?
Right. You had Bully Ray against James Storm. There was a lot of stalling here by Bully Ray. James Storm has a shoulder injury, so he's not able to go, at full capacity. And just a lot of stalling. At the end, I'm trying to think, what happened at the end? Storm had a beer at ringside, right, and tried to spit it at Bully Ray. Bully Ray ducked, and it went into the eyes of the referee, Jackson James. And then James Storm put an armbar on Ray, who tapped. The referee didn't see it. Or after it was over, Jackson James, who was the referee, raised Bully Ray's hand and then disqualified James Storm for spitting the beer. The finish was horrible, dude, but the match was okay. Bully Ray.
It's almost like the same finish as Christian and Orton from what was it, the last pay-per-view or the one before that, where Christian spit on him and then he got DQ'd for
Right. Then you had a TNA Knockouts match. It was Mickie James against Winter for the TNA Knockouts title. Once again, dude, you get into the whole spitting shit, right, dude? The beer in the previous match, and then Winter's got this thing where she spits out blood into her opponent's eyes, and she missed. And
I thought it was mist, like the Great Muta. Wasn't it like the mist spray to blind him?
It's like a mist. You're right.
Yeah.
God, I didn't notice this watching the pay-per-view, but that's back-to-back matches where the finish involves
spitting something in someone's face.
Yeah, dude, whether it be beer or mist or blood or whatever.
Or the referee or the opponent, either way, it's too damn similar to put back-to-back like that.
So Winter, who's Katie Lee Burchill from WWE, she got released and then TNA picked her up. She spit the blood into, she went for Mickie James, but she missed and went into Angelina Love's eyes.
How long until we get a Winter versus Summer knockouts match? When are we going to do that?
We don't have a Summer.
There will be. Come on, how many girls' names are actually Summer? Like, there's really nobody named Winter in the world, but there is girls named Summer. And Vince Russo's going to be, Vince, come on, Vinny Roo, with the pencil and paper. I got a great idea.
Yeah,
we have a Winter versus Summer match. Yeah.
Come on, bro. I know it's TNA and everything, dude, but you're not going to get a winner.
Is it that hard to believe that could happen? For real?
It's not that hard to believe, dude, but it's not going to happen. Come on, bro.
All right.
Versus Summer.
When it does, you're never going to hear the end of it, because I'm telling you they're going to do it. Eventually, they're going to do the play all words and be like, well, we got a Winter, we got to get a Summer in here.
And why don't we bring in Fall and Spring, too, and we'll have Fall and Spring fight it out, too. Get the fuck out.
Hey, look, they can have the four-way. You never know. I mean, listen, it's possible.
Do a four-way between winter, spring, fall, and...
Yeah, what's the dominant season? And then, like, the winter, I don't know.
Oh, man. You're pushing it. So that ended. Winter eventually got the spit the blood into Mickie James' eyes, and or the mist, whatever it is. I guess she had some backup mist or something like that, and she won the title. We put spoilers up on the website. We told you guys that Winter was going to win the TNA Knockouts title, and we told you that Austin Aries was going to win the X Division title, and that was strictly based off, how show lineups, live event lineups, and things like that, where Winter was being advertised as the Knockouts champion and Austin Aries was being advertised as the X Division champion. And of course, if this were WWE and stuff like that leaked out to the internet, they would go and change the finish right then and there. That didn't happen with TNA. They went right along with it. Austin Aries later in the show won the X Division title. So, new TNA Knockouts champion, Winter. Gunner was backstage. I'll tell you what, man. Gunner with these tweets as of late, dude. Just basically, why call out the internet fan base, dude? Why?
When are we going to have a Gunner versus Nightmare match? How about that?
Gunner versus... Get out of here.
No, I'm just kidding. I had to fuck with you there.
Listen, don't call out the internet fan base. People are so stupid on Twitter, man, where these guys come out and basically they shit all over the internet fan base and the reporters and everybody else, dude. And Gunner's just been on this tirade as of late, dude, just calling us fat, dorks, goofy, whatever, dude. I don't have his tweets up in front of me, but the guy's gone off on the internet fan base. Somebody called him lazy or said he had an attitude or something like that, and he just went off the wall via Twitter. So anyways.
I love that whole internet thing, like they were kind of playing that with the Triple H. Triple H actually said it during the promo. Your internet, you cater to the internet, blah, blah, blah. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How many wrestling fans do you think does not have an internet connection in their house?
Yeah, but you know what, dude? A lot of
people... I know what they mean. Like, there's a kind of fan that's, thinks they're smart, they're marks, they're all over the internet reading gossip and shit. But in general, there's not a single wrestling fan in the world that hasn't logged on to a goddamn wrestling website before.
No, I don't know.
In theory, everybody's an internet fan.
I don't think a lot of the internet fan. Listen, 90% of people that attend WWE live events and are inside arenas, okay, they've got the internet, dude. Who doesn't have the internet?
Everybody. That's my point.
It took me a while before I got into this and before I started reporting. It took me a while to find the dirt sheet websites and find the inside news. I always went to WWE.com or you know what I mean? Now all it takes is a Google search where if you type in wrestling news, you've got sites like Wrestling Inc. and EW.
What's the number one site that comes up when you put in wrestling news?
I don't know, and I don't. I do know, dude, but we're not going to mention that website. You know why? You know why? Because Ryan Clark and Raj Giri from Wrestling Inc. are coming for your ass, bro. And I told
my ass, because it's my ass now, okay.
Yeah, I told him this when I was out in Colorado. I said, bro, we're going to get them, bro. We're going to get it. You give it a couple years, and we'll be number one. We'll be number one.
Hey, look, I could give a shit who's number one, to be honest. As long as my paycheck comes on time, I'll have everybody, God bless you.
I'm just letting you know we're coming for you, bro.
Get them. Or get me, because it's me, I guess. Now. I represent them all the time.
They're going to get got. They're going to get got, man. You give it a couple of years. Wow, you know what I'm talking about, baby dollars. You know what's going on, man. We'll get them.
Spoken like a true toolbox.
Yeah, like a toolbox.
I never heard this toolbox bullshit before. I'm going to start using that one.
You like that, though, right?
That'll be on the comment. Like, there's always one little recurring joke or thing that we do, usually me, that comes up on the feedback on the Facebook page. I guarantee you there'll be 20 toolbox comments in the feedback section.
You can't. Everybody says, "Oh, dude, you're such a fucking tool," or something. I've
heard that before. Yeah.
But you put the tools in the box. So if you put a bunch of tools in the box, that makes a tool box filled with tools, which means.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
I'm just explaining to people that may have tuned in late. You know,
oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
For those of you who just joined us, the reason we're talking about toolbox is summer versus winter, sodas, and back rubs.
And man back rubs.
Yeah, back rubs.
And man back rubs.
Man back rubs,
That's when we did Sunday night with man back rubs.
There was no men around here, motherfucker. Just one.
Yeah.
Damn right.
One ugly motherfucker, too, man.
Well, and they're talking about my roles in the fucking chat again. At this point, I've commented on Facebook before. People know what I look like. I'm the furthest fucking... I'm in shape like crazy. What are we talking about?
You know what I'm doing to keep in shape, bro? I'm going down to the ballpark, and I'm blasting balls, man.
You were saying that. I didn't know you did that. When did you start that?
A couple of weeks ago, man. I'm trying to stay in shape, so I got a baseball field right down the street from the house, and I go down there, I take my bat, I take my baseballs, and I just blast them out of the park, man. Just go down there and blast them out, man. Yeah.
We actually got a little gym over here at the new apartment I moved into. Me and my brother Mike, we're going to pick one day of the week and just go over there and do a full blowout 2-hour workout, hit every fucking muscle group like we used to.
I guarantee that lasts for like 2 weeks, bro.
Oh, dude, at the old apartment when little Nicky lived with us, we were going to the gym like 2 or 3 times a week, and we had to walk about a mile to get there. And we were going... It was Powerhouse Gym. It was just some local gym, but I mean, it was nice. No, I'm not trying to get tough. I like to be in shape, though.
Yeah, you know, I come down to Florida, dude.
Tuesday tap out. Motherfucker, do you want to get on that on here? How many times we got into the shoot matches? How many times did I tap? How many times did you tap? It would be embarrassing to go over the numbers. It would be
Are you serious?
Humiliating.
Are you serious right now?
Dead serious.
I would whoop this motherfucker's ass. At WZR, I would whoop your ass, bro.
Alrighty.
You know it. You know, I'm going to be down to Florida in probably...
I thought you were coming down here.
I am, probably within the next month or two. Of course we're not serious people in the chat room. Come on, man. You know our sense of humor by now.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I think we're serious now.
I'm gonna be down there probably in the next month or so, bro. Colorado was awesome, man. I want to go back to Colorado before the end of the year too. So
you can't compare Colorado to Florida. You're gonna love Florida. I think you forget how great Florida is. You come down here and do too much family shit. You need to come down here and roll around with a pimp named Matt Boone. I'll show you what's up in Florida.
A dude that rubs man's backs.
I was going to say, I'll give you a back rub that you won't be able to take back to New York, so you'll never forget it.
You ain't getting close to my back. You ain't getting close to my back.
If you buy me a soda, man, I might be fucking out of control.
You ain't getting no soda either, bro. I ain't getting you no soda. Get the fuck out of here.
What kind of asshole are you? You buy fucking 400 strangers a goddamn Pepsi Cola. You can't get me a Mountain Dew? What's your problem?
We'll buy you a beer.
All right, I'll take a beer.
All right.
I'll take like 30 of them if you want to get them, you know.
So listen, back to the... Yeah, I knew you would, dude.
I tried to get you to buy me a beer today. Hey, now.
Yeah. After you want to get into that, dude.
No, I don't, brother. No, I don't.
All right. So back to the No Surrender pay-per-view. We had Mexican America against the Pope and Devon. This is for the TNA.
They're still doing the Pope thing, huh?
They're still doing the Pope thing, man. God, I don't know.
He's still trying to be the Rock and his promos and shit?
Well, yeah, it's still the same gimmick. You know,
okay.
Cena tried to be the Rock last night.
He's always trying to be. It's embarrassing.
It's crazy. Pope went for a suplex on Anarchia, right? And Sarita then jumped in and grabbed the Pope's leg, tripped him up, and Anarchia fell on top of him for the pin. This was weird, dude. This was just weird. A lot of the finishes, though, in this pay-per-view were just like, what are you thinking, man? What are you thinking? Or what is Russo and everybody else thinking? There was a backstage segment was Ken
Russo, come on. You think Russo has anything to do with the actual matches? He doesn't know a goddamn thing about a match.
Yeah, but he's booking the finishes.
Is he really?
Of course he's spoken.
Oh my God! I thought they had like an agent handle that or something. Russo?
Yeah, we had. Russo's the one writing the storylines, dude. Not just Russo. Don't throw all the blame on Russo. I think Russo gets a lot of unfair criticism, dude. Everybody says, "Oh, fire Russo, fire Russo." Dude,
So Russo, in your opinion, is he a toolbox or not a toolbox? Or is he just a tool?
he's the tool outside of the box.
Okay, he's just one tool. He's like a wrench or something.
Right, but there are other tools that are in creative meetings with Russo, and if you were to round all those tools up and throw them into the box, then you would...
TNA is one big toolbox. You could say it stands for total, or toolbox, I can't.
But I'll tell you what, dude, the Impact tapings came out last night, and Impact this Thursday night doesn't look all that bad, so...
I actually watched, I think it was last week's Impact, where Jeff Hardy's return. I saw that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
That's actually the first time I've had Spike TV on in forever, first time I've had TNA on in years.
Right.
Pretty much the first time I watched TV of any kind in a while, but yeah, I saw Jeff Hardy's thing, and it was whatever. It was what I expected.
I cannot believe that you watched Impact last Thursday night. I'm thinking, dude, it was the NFL season opener with the Saints and
Packers.
Packers. Yeah, man. I wasn't watching.
I'm not a football fan. You talk like I am. I'm really not a football. I'm a Lions fan, and if they're doing good, I'll follow the season. But
how can people not get into football? Ross is the same way. Ross told me out in Colorado, dude, that he wasn't a big football fan. I'm thinking,
I'm not. I mean, I'm a fight fan. I like boxing. I like MMA. That's really the dude. If you saw the amount of times my TV comes on, you'd be like, why did you even have a TV? Dude, the other night, we were watching Strike Force. Did I turn my TV on? No, I put a fucking stream on my computer. Even though I've got Showtime, I sit there and watch it on my computer. I'm not a big TV guy.
Strike Force is okay. That was an alright.
It was alright. The card sucked dick. I mean, it turned out to be a decent show. It was good fights, but it just was so who gives a shit kind of a show, you know?
Right. All right, so back to No Surrender, dude. It was Mr. Anderson backstage, and he says, basically, I don't like Sting, and Sting doesn't like him, but they've got one thing in common. They both hate Immortal. So tonight, blah, 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 they're going to go out there and take out Kurt Angle, okay?
All right.
Matt Morgan, ooh. You hear Reggie? Reggie going crazy out there.
Did not hear him.
Matt Morgan against Samoa Joe was up next, dude. Samoa Joe can...
Wait, Reggie? You talking about the Facebook store?
I'm talking about... Get into that, bro. Don't get...
Pipe bomb!
Pipe bomb, dude. Pipe bomb. Anyways, Samoa Joe, dude, you see the video hype, right, before the match. Matt Morgan versus Samoa Joe. This dude is, besides Bully Ray, this dude is probably the best promo cutter in TNA, and they job him out, dude. It's like, what did this dude do to piss off management? Or somebody just doesn't see anything in him. There's been issues with weight and everything else.
He's got baloney tits. Probably when Hulk Hogan came in, he's like, this fucking guy is like the top guy around here. This fucking chubby Samoan didn't get him.
Well, isn't that the...
Although I think Hogan worked with Kamala for all those years. He's Samoan, but he's chubby and he's got baloney tits.
Well, isn't that the tits?
That was a toolbox thing to do right there, using my catchphrase.
Yeah, right. That was such a stupid catchphrase. Anyways,
I know. That was the whole point.
Another weird finish, right, where Samoa Joe goes charging into the turnbuckle, and he doesn't hit the buckles hard at all, right? And then he turns around, and Morgan used the carbon footprint, and it was like, I don't know, it was just another weird finish where you're watching this thing, and you're like, that's how they're going to end this thing, We had Robert Roode, and James Storm. They did an interview backstage. Basically, James Storm told me to go out and do this. Everybody's got faith in you. Everybody thinks you can do it. So, and by the way, they are pushing Robert Roode.
Isn't he main eventing? Like, isn't he getting the title shot?
He's main event in TNA's WrestleMania pay-per-view.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah, it's Kurt Angle against Robert Roode for the TNA World Title. And you know what? I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind here in the coming weeks, dude. But I can see Robert Roode, a guy that's been there, and they really pushed this on Taz and Tenay pushed this, that this guy's been here for 9 years, has never been anywhere else, and they're trying to. Everybody wants to see TNA homegrown talent, if you will, really be pushed to the top. Guys like Alex Shelley, Chris AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, people like that have been there since the beginning, and Robert Roode, Kurt Angle just had that DWI or DUI, whatever it was. I don't know, dude. I mean, if TNA doesn't take any or doesn't give Angle any sort of discipline for a DUI, and who knows, dude? I mean, Kurt Angle's probably telling them the same thing that Jeff Hardy said. Everything's going to be fine, man. I'm not going to jail. Everything's going to be cool. This is all going to blow over. And then it comes out last week that Jeff Hardy's going to jail for 10 days. You know what I mean?
10 days, big deal.
Yeah, but he's also got 30 months of probation.
That's bad, yeah.
I honestly think that for two and
like $100,000 fine, too. They can give him a pretty hard slap on the wrist.
Do you honestly think that for 2.5 years Jeff Hardy can stay out of trouble? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so.
Yeah, 30 months, that's a long time not to get in any kind of trouble. If your last name's Hardy, yeah.
That's exactly 2.5 years. So, and you're right, the last name Hardy, come on, bro. 30 months, not happening.
It's got to be Hardy for him not to get in trouble.
What do you think the next headline will be? Breaking news, Jeff Hardy, what?
Next headline for Jeff Hardy, breaking news, Jeff Hardy. Well, it wouldn't be breaking news if he got busted for, like, pills or something. That'd be like, same old shit. Breaking news would be like, breaking news, Jeff Hardy checks into rehab. That would be breaking news.
Hopefully it's not dead. You know?
No, I don't think he'll be dead. He's an addict. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
He's going to his drug dealer's house.
He looks better now, though. He looks a lot better than he did the last time we saw him in TNA. You got to
He looked all right.
He looked all right.
Then the last time, definitely. Actually, not too long. It was actually like last week sometime. I went on YouTube and looked at that Hardy Sting match because I had heard about it so much. I'd never seen it. And it was weird, man. That was weird. That was the last time he was on TV until the return, right? Or
is Raj still in the chat? Yeah, he is.
Raj, yeah.
All right, check this out. Raj, we're going to have you on for all hour number 2. All right, buddy? We'll bring you on. It'll be me, you, and Breen, and we'll take the live phone calls and things like that, and whatever else you want to talk about. So we'll do that for, I don't want to forget about him, man. I hyped this up, and I want to bring him on. So hour number 2. That sounds cool. That's cool with you, right?
I could give a shit, man.
All right, no doubt. So let's get through the TNA No Surrender pay-per-view. Eric Bischoff announced that since Robert Roode and Bully Ray are tied up, they're going to wrestle later in the show to find out who goes on to face Kurt Angle at the TNA Bound for Glory pay-per-view. Austin Aries did a backstage promo, really, really good stuff. Basically said Kendrick may bring his A game, but he's bringing his double A game. Double A, Austin.
Yeah, I get it.
All right, then we had Brian Kendrick against Austin Aries for the X Division title. This was a really good match. Austin Aries picks up the win here. New X Division champion crowned. They did a backstage segment. Bully Ray's pissed off about having to wrestle twice on the same show. He says, I guess I can't count on Gunner, just like he couldn't count on Devon. And that was that. Then that led us into Bully Ray versus Robert Roode. The winner goes on to main event TNA, or not main event, but have a title shot at the TNA Bound for Glory pay-per-view against Kurt Angle, who, well, you didn't know at that point because they did the 3-way for the TNA title to end the show. It was a good match, dude. The crowd was into it at first, but then died out. And Roode was busted open here, had a bloody nose towards the end. And I'm trying to think, dude, the finish.
The finish was Bully Ray hit a bubble bomb for a near fall. Ray goes to the top, he misses a big backsplash, and then Roode follows up with a spine buster for the pin.
All right, then Jenny Borash, JB, was backstage with Rosita. The thing about Rosita is they played her up as a face for the 9/11 tribute, right?
Is she heel, like normal?
She's a heel.
Oh, okay. So they didn't even turn her before this in anticipation of it?
They played her up as a face, dude, for the opening 9/11 segment, which was okay. You know what I mean? And then they bring her out for the tag team match later in the show, and she played her heel gimmick. And then they go back to a backstage segment right before the main event, and she's back to being a face again.
It's retarded. They knew damn well the date was on the schedule. Why didn't they turn her before this shit if they were going to capitalize? Otherwise, just don't acknowledge it.
Well, because you've got the Mexican-American storyline, dude, and she's a big part of that. Her and Sarita. You know what I mean?
All right, well, then don't do a big reflective or some shit. Do it like a video package or like a pre-recorded interview. Don't ever do it live.
Yeah, but it was 9/11. You know what I mean? I guess they make an exception just because it was 9/11. You know what I mean, dude?
You could have did a pre-produced video package. What's the difference?
They brought up that her real name was Thea Trinidad, and she talked about losing her father 10 years ago and said that, you know, her dad always said she could be a pro wrestler and her mother never wanted her to be a pro wrestler. And Dad taught her first moves for pro wrestling. And basically, you know, he passed away. I mean, it was a really good interview segment backstage. Really, you know, when you were watching, you were thinking, man, oh man. And she was so young when she lost her father, dude. We're talking 10 years old, 15 years old at the most. So it was really well done. And then you had the main event. It was Kurt Angle, Sting, and Mr. Anderson. That was for the TNA World Title. Once again, dude, somebody getting sprayed.
That's right.
Dude, somebody getting sprayed again. Hulk Hogan comes out, right, and sprayed something in the Sting's eyes. That blinded him. And then he went after the referee, Brian Hebner, tried to give him the Scorpion Death Drop. As he did that, Kurt Angle came up from behind, kicked him, gave him a low blow, and hit the Olympic Slam for the 1-2-3. Kurt Angle retains the TNA World Heavyweight.
Was that like a heel turn? Didn't Hogan and Angle like celebrate afterwards and all that shit, or was Angle already heel?
Angle was already, they did a backstage segment earlier in the show with Angle and Hulk Hogan where Angle was pissed off about, the main event.
Yeah, you mentioned that,
Yeah, so they're together. They're together. So that was TNA No Surrender. Would you guys in the chat room, www.WZROnline.com/chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. Give it a school letter grade in the chat room, A, B, C, D, F, as far as the pay-per-view is concerned. I thought it was another throwaway pay-per-view, like I said earlier, dude. I would say... I guess C minus, somewhere around there. Everybody says C. All right, dude, I see your C. Dead man, chill out. See, watch this, bro.
Live on the radio, you're gonna kick him.
Live on.
Fuck out of here.
Where's Dead man? Somebody got him. Somebody got him. Anyway, see.
I'll give the show a C for I didn't see it. That's my grade.
A C for I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I like that, dude. I like that. Anyways, yeah, I guess a solid C or a C minus for that. Just another throwaway pay-per-view. They're really hyping up TNA Bound for Glory for a couple weeks from now on pay-per-view. That's going to be their big WrestleMania show. So I heard attendance is really good for that show. So almost sold out, to be honest with you. But what do you do? Anyways, so that was TNA No Surrender from Sunday night. Now, on to Monday Night Raw from last night.
I thought we were looking for it was like Ottawa or something, wasn't it?
It was in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Yes.
They hyped up a big confrontation, main event confrontation between CM Punk and Triple H. Basically, was going to be their last shot at each other before the Night of Champions pay-per-view coming up this Sunday night. We'll talk about that next week when we come on the air here. We'll run down Night of Champions and Monday Night Raw from last week. So they kick things off. Alberto Del Rio comes out, right, and he says he can take the booze, but he can't take the disrespect. And Ricardo Rodriguez tried to interject and said, nobody disrespects Del Rio. Del Rio yanks the microphone away from him and said he's the champion, nobody makes fun of him. And that brought out Bret Hart. He said basically he's the greatest wrestler, the greatest champion of all time. So Bret Hart comes out, right? You saw this, right?
Yeah.
All right. Hart, something with Bret Hart and his lines last night, it was off, dude. He was off. You know what I mean? He was stuttering.
He's never been a good talker. I don't know what illusions people are under, but even in the attitude era, in the heyday, he sounded like an idiot when he tried to cut a good, like when he tried to do a Today style promo, a shoot style promo, or like a edgy, creative style promo. He was just meat and potatoes. I'm the best in the world. You're going to get beat by my excellence. He never did anything creative, and when he tried, he sounded like like Scott Steiner. When Scott Steiner tries to be creative and quick-witted, he just stutters and stammers like a retard.
Del Rio brought up a line where he said, you look like you're dressed in a $5 outfit, right, dude, with your khaki shorts and your whatever else, dude, your 1994 jacket and your greasy hair. And then he brought up a line, dude. He said, kind of like those illegal Canadians I hired to clean my house. That was kind of funny.
Well, what's funny is the joke usually is illegal Mexicans that clean your house, and he is Mexican, so he had to say illegal.
Funny.
I guess that's why it's funny. I mean, whatever.
Come on, it was a funny line, dude. It was a funny line. Get the fuck.
I like Bret kept calling him Amigo and shit. That was Bret trying to be cool and hip.
Yeah, right. And with those
Amigo.
Sunglasses. Who wears sunglasses indoors?
I don't know.
Bret Hart does. So John Cena comes out, right? And he comes out to defend Bret Hart because Del Rio said he's about to make an example out of Bret, right? And he says, what are you going to do? You're going to take out a Hall of Famer, blah, 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 blah. And then we were talking during this, and I said, dude, they're going to set up a tag team match, dude. Listen, Monday Night Raw is going head-to-head with the NFL season opener for Monday Night Football. Okay, 2 games, actually. So you know that they're going to try to do something big. They're going to hype a CM Punk versus Triple H, confrontation for later in the show. And you knew that they were going to try to do something big. And not only that, by setting up a tag team match, Hart barely has to work, bro. Hart barely has to work it as well. You can have, Cena Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez. A lot of people don't know this, but Ricardo's a wrestler. You know what I mean? Not now in WWE. Well, last night he was, but he's a wrestler. So Bret barely has to work, and he didn't do anything last night.
Well, I mean, I get that. I get that if they were going to do a match, it has to be a tag. That I understand completely. I just didn't know that. I didn't think they'd have Bret wrestling because I didn't know that he was working.
Come on, bro. It's Canada. Listen, dude. It's Canada. You're going head to head with Monday Night Football. They knew they were going to take a big hit, so they figure we'll get Bret Hart in a match and try to draw viewers in.
Well, let me ask you this, because it was the period where I was done with the show and everything like that. Didn't Bret work a couple matches on TV?
Not all that long ago, dude.
Like tag matches. See, I didn't remember that. I didn't even know it. I thought he had the one-off at WrestleMania, and other than that, he punched somebody once, put somebody with a sharpshooter once. I didn't know he actually did an official match. That's why I didn't think that they were going that way. But once I remembered that, I was like, oh, no shit, they could just have them tag.
Right, and they were all tag team matches except for the one at Mania, you know what I mean?
That was a disaster.
No holds barred, too, though, you know what I mean? Where the guy doesn't have to go out there and work a 5-star match. And it's the same thing with Triple H and CM Punk. Triple H hasn't been in the match, or hasn't been in the ring in, months and months and months, dude. So they come up with a no DQ storyline so these guys can go and basically have a street fight on the outside. So the guy like Triple H, who hasn't been in the ring in months, dude, doesn't have to show any ring rust if he has any.
I don't think he would have any, but yeah, plus it's like it's a blood personal feud, so that makes it more likely to be no DQ, so they can do all kinds of crazy shit.
And a lot of run-ins too. Kevin Nash and everybody else is probably going to...
Somebody's coming in, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was that, dude. The whole opening segment, it was basically to set up a tag team match for later in the show. Del Rio and Rodriguez against Cena and Hart. So that was that. Then we had John Morris. I was flipping back and forth between NFL football, dude. It was the Patriots, Tom Brady, 500 and something yards last night, bro. Crazy, crazy, crazy. John Morris...
I want everybody in the chat to start saying, why is Ryan on this show now? That's what I want.
Why is that?
They're saying, earlier when I'm talking about TNA, how I missed it, I missed it and shit, because I had something way more important than football, too, jackass, to do. You had to bring it up.
Like a woman coming over to the house, dude. Way more important.
You gotta get it right, man.
You only work full-time on a pro wrestling website. You only do a full-time...
I do not work full-time. I work part-time on a pro wrestling website. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, dude, but you also do a full-time radio show on Tuesday night. So the people that are in the chat room are probably thinking...
Hey, jackass, you're just talking about how you missed Raw. It's the last Raw before the pay-per-view. You missed it for a fucking football game. You didn't even have an excuse. You'd rather watch something else on TV.
No, I wouldn't.
You were still watching TV. You were still sitting at your computer, and you didn't even watch the show. So don't tell... And you could have downloaded it.
I flipped back and forth between both WWE and Monday Night Football last night. Now, what did you do on Sunday night? Did you have a flicker in your hand, dude, flipping back and forth?
I was nowhere near a fucking TV on Sunday night. How about that shit?
There you go, dude. That's the difference between me and you. I know that I've got a radio show that people depend on people like me and you to come on here on a Tuesday night and run down Monday Night Raw and run down pay-per-views, right? They depend on us, dude. And here you are, rubbing dudes' backs or doing whatever you're doing on Sunday night, dude. You don't give a fuck about these people.
And you do? You rather watch football than Raw? What are we talking about? How'd you get off of that?
I told you I was flipping back and forth.
Okay, well, what are you flipping for to begin with? You got a radio show that you do full time. These people depend on you, and you're flipping the football and Raw to go home. What are you doing?
The whole point is that a guy that is flipping back and forth is at least watching some pro wrestling, where the guy on the other end of this headset says, you know what, screw the people on Tuesday night. I'm going to not watch these pay-per-views. I'm not going to watch it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said screw them. Dude, it was a fucking spur of the moment thing. God damn it, I made a